Hi, my name is Shashank. I'm from ITC 571, bearing roll number 11515289. I'm going to give a presentation on my project, and its name is Mobile ADHOC Networks and Voip Services in manet. Its organizational features are introduction to mobile ADHOC networks, routing in manets, virtual backbone routing, security, performance measures. And in an introduction in the manets, it consists of two types: cellular networks and manets in RFC 2051. In cellular networks, there are infrastructure dependent, high setup costs, large setup time and reliable. And in RFC, no infrastructure is used, fast setup and it's flexible and it's dynamic. There are different types of applications in manets. There are some motivation applications. There are casual conferencing, battlefield operations and disaster relief, personal area networking. In casual field conferencing, it's a very low setup time and the cost is very much preferred. In battlefield operations, the infrastructure is unavailable of the projects which are there in Voip services and manets. And in personal area networking, devices around the home offices that are used, and the cellular networks are not preferred in this subject. Mobile ADHOC networks. Here we can see the diagram from this node to this node, and it's traveling from this node to this node, which are all related to the VoIP services which are there in APRA network called manets. First ADHOC network was developed by ARPA called Packet. Radio networks has 183 modes and it has multiple routes between nodes. Characteristics of manets. In dynamic topology, the links are found between the broken within the mobility. Here we can see in the diagram, from A to B is one endpoint, and here this endpoint is from B to A. It travels from the first node to the second node, and again it comes back to the first node. In unidirectional links and bidirectional links, the constraint resources are battery of power, wireless transmitter range, network partitions. In dynamic resource routing is through source routing, complete path with each packet. In route discovery, flooding RREQ till a node replies, and in routing maintenance, explicit link breakage notification is provided in this source. Mobility of a node can break routes passing through it. In this we can see the resource routing discovery in this manet. A route between two nodes is found by sending a route request. Here we can see it is sent from K to H. Route request builds a source route every path through the network. First routing request is to arrive accepted. Then target responds on that path and tells the initiator what the source route is. Here we can see it travels from G to H and G to F, and finally it reaches the main source. Source route is used on a subsequent data traffic. Here we can see 2-3 subsequent different nodes. Destination sequence distance vector, which is also called as DSDV. It's modified distance vector protocol, and it's a high frequency of DV updates. In modified distance VV protocol, it has periodic DV updates, and in high frequency it has topology. Its topology is dynamic, does not scale well, and the size of DP updates increases in this type, and high routing overheads. Cluster gateway switching routing, which is also known as CGSR. A cluster head is able to control a group of ADHOC hosts. Each node maintains two tables: a cluster member table, and which contains the cluster head for each destination node, and a DV routing table contains the next hop to the destination. Associativity based on the routing, which is called as ABR. Free from loops, deadlock and packets which are duplicates in the and which defines the routing metric for ADHOC mobile networks. with the temporal stability and the associativity tables that are nodes, which are used to classify neighbor link and which are stable or unstable. Here we can see the associativity based diagram. Signal stability routing, which is also known as SSR, based on ABR, it selects the route tables based on signal strength, which can be dynamic or static. And there are two advantages and disadvantages. Advantages are to select strong connection leads to fewer route reconstruction, and in disadvantages, long delay since intermediate nodes can't answer the path. Securities and manets. There are 5 types: access control, Kerberos, cryptography schemes, packet retransmission, and IDS, instruction detection system. There are so many performance issues. There are network size, routing extension time, connectivity, routing protocol which are used in manets. The dynamic virtual backbone of the manet is a concept wherein a set of relatively stable routes are performed despite nodes being mobile. A possible way is to abstract mobility through the aggregation. And the project references are Wikipedia and the mobile services in manets and RFC document of IETF. Thank you.